Hello, Taurus. How are you? Well, you clicked on this reading, obviously, for a reason. It could just be because it has Taurus written down and you're a Taurus, but I also know that people generally don't click on the reading if they don't jam with the title that I wrote. And for the most part, the title is the overall theme. I try to nail it as best as possible, but sometimes I have to write like two different titles, one on the thumbnail and one on the video, right? So much energy that comes up, it's difficult to be able to just pick 10 words or 15 words that locks that reading down. Like, that's not easy, right? Because there's a lot of things that happen in a reading, right? It's not just one thing that happens. You go down very many avenues, like that card went down right down that crack, right? We go through a lot of things here. Ooh, the King and Queen of Wands just appeared. So, there's the couple right there. Ooh. Oh, alrighty then. Alrighty then. Wow. That's the outcome. Alright, so I think two people are breaking up. And I think it's because of this king. It's the king that went in reverse. Okay? And now straight up 9 of buds in reverse. 9 of pentacles in reverse. This woman could be spending a lot of money and not bringing in anything. And he's the one that's bringing in all the money. And she's the one that's spending it. Yo, I friggin' Taurus-o. They're at a judgment right now where weed turns to ash. Something's turning, okay? For this couple. And I believe what's doing it is this tower. So I just heard I heard man-made. So the destruction of it is something they caused. It's not like Mother Nature coming in and moving something. It's not the Holy Spirit coming in and changing something. It's these people are at a judgment call. And their breakup is what they created. 5 of Cups. Okay? And from the looks of that, what I just got is neglect. Right? Like, you really shouldn't have cracked and leaking bongs everywhere. Okay, you just wouldn't have that. You would throw them out, right? But it's like this person likes to hold on to things even though they're broken. So it's like this King of Wands knew what this Queen of Wands was doing, but because he doesn't like to fix things that are broken, he just likes to pretend that nothing's going on. She just went and spent all of his money. So actually, you know what I'm getting? Is like a woman or a male, okay, because males act like women all the time. Let's be real. And being like, I need to go on a trip to make myself feel better. I need to go shopping to make myself feel better. I need to, because like what she's trying to do is she's trying to roll up her life, right? She's trying to roll that fatty. She's trying to get to a good place. But because this king's not paying attention, she needs help on how to get her life better, right? So she doesn't know that shopping doesn't make your life better. She doesn't know that going on trips isn't supposed to make you happy. You're supposed to already be happy. If you have to go somewhere to find your happy place, you might want to think of your day-to-day struggles and battles now and start to change what you do every day so then your life doesn't become like this. Because that's the thing is like this woman is a lot like my stepmother. Okay, like 2 years ago, my stepfather or my father took her to Alaska. They didn't even have the money to go to Alaska, but because there was life below zero and everybody was watching it and it was popping off, Cindy needed to go to Alaska. She just needed to. She had to go on a cruise. They had to go river rafting. She just needed to. You know why she wanted to go to Alaska? So she could come back and tell all of her friends about it. You know those people that like only specifically do stuff so then they can come back and brag about it? So then it makes their life look like something that it's not? Because then I was thinking about that and I thought, you know, however much money they spent, because they would have to go to the States, so right away that changes our currency right away. So right away they already have less money, right? It's already going to charge them more money for what they're doing. And I was thinking to myself, my sister and I were in such an awful place 2 years ago. We were homeless. And even 3-4 years ago, I found out I had scoliosis. I couldn't work. I had to see a chiropractor like every other day to adjust my spine to going straight. And it was the most painful 2-3 years of my life going to the chiropractor to straighten my spine. And my father, he was like, oh, I thought you go to the chiropractor like once a month. Like, don't you get your back looked at? And I just thought to myself, like, man, what they could have done with that trip money could have changed my life. They could have put me somewhere and I wouldn't have had to get on the road and run. I wouldn't have had to get rid of my car. I wouldn't have had to, my sister wouldn't have had to go through bankruptcy in her 40s because of her ex-husband. Okay, like I think about these things that my parents would have been able to help me with, but instead they went on a trip to Alaska, right? Because this bitch doesn't know how to clean up her life, right? So she thinks that going on trips is going to make her feel better. She thinks that going and spending all of this money going I swear to God, she goes shopping every day. Even if it's for Tupperware, she makes an excuse to go out every day and buy something new. Now she's getting her nails done. She's getting those fake fucking nails. Like she retired early, took an early pension. I don't even know if she got pension. I hope did not get medical for her Meniere's. I live with Meniere's every day and work 40-hour weeks. Okay? She tried to get disability on that. And the thing is that she was massively manipulated as a child and she won't open up that door to who hurt her. So as an adult, she treats herself like a child. She tries to get out of everything. She thinks she doesn't have to give people descriptions of anything. She thinks she doesn't have to work. She turned entitled little brat because she won't open up the door. And I think that that's what this Queen of Joints is doing, right? Trying to fix her life, but she's just spending money and spending money and spending money that she's not making. He's making it, right? So they hit this judgment, like, you've got to change this, okay? When you smoke weed, it turns to ash, right? Like, this bitch has got to realize when you spend money, it turns to ash, turns to nothing. You use everything up. Everything that this king has worked hard to create in his life, she's spending like water. Like when I have a shower, okay? And she's nasty about it, you know? Like if you don't give her the credit card or if you don't let her do what she thinks she needs to do, then it becomes even more of an issue, right? Well, I need this, you're never around, what am I supposed to do? And then it's like, you just allow them to do it again because you're like, well, fuck, I am never around. She does have a point, so here's the credit card. But that's not helping her. That's just allowing her to bully, right? And throw a temper tantrum. So then you give her something and she's quiet again. That's not healthy. Okay? So from the looks of it, neither one of these people is healthy. So, Vito's coming to me pretty loud right now. There's something wrong with this people. Something wrong with these people. What? Okay, you saw me split the deck to these 5 cards that just popped out, right? You know me. Once a card laid is a card played. So these 2 motherfuckers came out what? When I shuffled the first time, King and Queen of Joints. Look what's in here. This is this is fucked if I've ever seen anything in my life. I didn't even shuffle. I cannot believe that these two just fell out of the other deck. King and Queen of Wands. Like, that looks like to me like what do you call that? Fix the deck or something? You know, when you put I don't know who would do that. But card players, I guess, you know, so then every card that goes to them is the card that they put in the deck already. I don't know what that's called. Clearly I'm not doing it because I don't even know what it's called. I think it's called Fix the Deck. I don't know. Anyways, it looks like I did that. Like, that's what that looks like. Oh God, I hope you're not a first time watcher because that looked really bad. I mean, I can't believe it, but it looks like I did that on purpose, but I did not. Did not. I don't do that. I don't have to fix the deck. Trust me. They'll just come out anyways. That's what I've learned. Whoa. 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 Okay, so I think these people are going to die. Okay, why I say that? Endings. Ruin. Ten of Swords. Ace of Coins. You know what I focused on? That word right there. Success. And then rest. As in, like, coffin rest. I think these people are going to die. Page of Swords. What does the Page of Swords want to tell us? There's a contract here. Oh! Could be a death contract. A visitor. Oh my God. A visitor? A visitor. A visitor. What do you mean a visitor? Oh my gosh, I swear if a Reaper comes out, the Reaper is fulfilling his contract to kill these two people. The World. That's one of Vito's sons. I still haven't gone through all the movie, but success and completion. So the World steps in to fulfill and end this contract between these two people. So clearly these two people are married, okay? And what they could be doing is they could be using their wedding contract as a clause to not die, right? Like they're using the part of the till death parts us, right? And now they're sticking to that. They could have been sticking to in sickness and in health before. They could have been sticking to rich or poor, right? And now they're sticking to till death parts us. So the World is like, oh, okay. Till death parts you? So you both want to go? Okay. I can make that happen. I can make that happen. Because then there's the Ace of Cups. Beginnings. See on the top of there? Beginnings, fertility, beginnings. So I think what ends up happening is if they both die, somebody might get pregnant and reincarnate one of their parents instantly. That's fucked. Because their parent is not fulfilling the contract they're supposed to be fulfilling right now. So these could be your parents. And then they die in like a car crash or something, or like a house fire or something, because they think they're untouchable. So the universe has to kill them in a way that's like, you want to keep fucking with the one thing that is controlling everything here, which is them, right? You want to lie, you want to cheat, you want to steal. The universe deals with you then, right? So I feel like, yeah, if your parents die and you just happen to have sex and get pregnant, Like, this is like almost like over the next course of like 6 months. Probably, I kind of feel like over it's going to cover a specific amount of time, because now you have to deal with death and reincarnation. And usually, women, like, they don't really figure out that they're pregnant for like 3 to 6 weeks, right? Like, they don't, like, it's not an easy thing to detect, especially if you're in your life and you're working and you're doing things, okay? Doesn't matter how I know that, but trust me, I know that it's not easy to find out that you're pregnant, okay? And then the star, that's the wish. Fucking riddle me that. So it's like your wish. And you know, this witch that I used to live with, I wanted my parents away from me because of everything that they've done to me. And she goes, you better watch what you wish for. And I said, looked at her like, okay, this was like Little Miss fucking know-it-all, okay? And she was like, I wished for my parents to leave me alone. And within certain stretch of time, they moved to like one of the most southern states possible. So like as far away from her as possible. And she's like, and now I don't have them around. And it's not that I mind that. She's like, because I don't really mind it, but it is lonely now that they're not so close to me. Like, you better watch what you wish for. And I was like, you better watch what you say to people, because you have no idea who my parents are. You have no idea why I wish for the things that I wish. You have no idea what I've been through. So never look at somebody and think that you can judge somebody on what their wishes are for themselves, because you have no idea. I don't care whose parents they are. I don't care how old they are. You don't just get respect because you're 80 years old in my books. You don't just get respect because you're a parent. Did you do your job? Were you active in it? Were you proactive in it? Did you actually help your kid? Did you do what you say you were going to do? Or did you just fill that role? You know, my dad, he celebrates Father's Day all the time because he had kids. So you learned how to fuck a woman and jack her up. He was never a father. He was a child. He threw temper tantrums like a child. He got angry like a child. He only did things that he wanted to do like a child. And then when he found pussy for the first time in the entire history of pussy, after already finding pussy with my mom, he watched his kids walk away from him. He doesn't give a shit. He's got pussy all day, every day, right in his face. I'm sure she greets him beaver first, right? In the evenings. Mom, they've been married for like 11 years. Doesn't matter, right? Like, no matter what, when you know, people, you know, when they get married for the wrong reasons, and you know, they can try to fool anybody. They can say, it's love, he's my soulmate. How do you treat the ones around you? To be with that soulmate. How do you treat the ones around you to keep your husband there? Right? Because I know a lot of women that'll throw her kids under the fucking bus just to keep a man around. Right? Watch, what's that? Worst Mother of the Universe award goes to okay, the show's called it's a Danish show that was redone here. Rosie Larson is the first case that they do. The Missing? Oh God, this is embarrassing. Anyways, there's this show that I watched. It only has 5 seasons. Oh, The Killing. It's called The Killing. And it's got Muriel Owens in it, and some actually really good actors in it. And anyways, there's this mom, and she lives in a trailer, and her daughter goes missing. I forget what her daughter's name is in it, which is crazy because they say it a million times an episode while they're trying to find her. But anyways, she's known as like a prostitute. She's got this earring, and they're all trying to find her. Her best friend Bullet, actually, for the most part, is trying to find her. And this mom, the night that this daughter goes missing, she comes home and knocks on the door of her mom's trailer park home. Okay, and her mom doesn't answer the door. because she thinks that her daughter is keeping boyfriends away from her. So she exiles her own daughter, her own 16-year-old flesh and blood daughter, to go live on the streets so she can have a dude in her bed. And trust me, man, you know how trashy women are? If the guy doesn't like their kid, right? There goes the kid. Go play somewhere. Go on the streets. I don't care where the fuck you go. Mom's got company coming over. Dad's got company coming over, right? Those people who put pussy or dick before their kids, wow. Like, I mean, at this point in time, I'm almost at a point where I won't date people with kids. Because if they treat their kids bad in any way, I'm out the door. Like, I'm like a fly on the wall until they do something wrong, and I go, I don't agree with that, and I walk out. Right? Because if I don't agree with somebody's parenting status and parenting controls and how they raise their young, I won't do it. Because if it's aggressive, and then I see aggression in kids, I'll leave. Right? Like, it's not my say, it's not my place to tell people how to raise their kids. So if I don't like it, I'm just gonna leave. So it's almost better I date people that don't have kids, because then it's almost like I don't have anything to judge that person on, because I will automatically judge you as a parent. Automatically. Like, it's not even something that I try to do. It's just something that happens from having extremely awful parents and watching how I turned out and how awful I was because of them. How greedy I was, how entitled I was, how much I thought that shit was never gonna touch me because how evil they were. How much they took my physical status and my crippledness and just tried to say that I was walking like that to try to gain attention. I was purposely not standing properly so then I would get attention. No, I was 8 years old. That was my back. How do you blame an 8-year-old, right? My stepmother always tried to say I was vindictive, right? I knew what I was doing. I was plotting against her. And all I was doing at 8, 7, 6, all I remember doing is sitting in my room, listening to the most depressing music and crying. At 8 years old. I had no idea what was going on. My parents never told me about moves or about decisions or about why things were ever happening. I never knew that I was molested, so I was constantly scared of my step-parents and the way that they treated me. Everybody always acted like I was more aggressive, right? And it was my fault I was aggressive, but I was aggressive because I was fucking molested and I was touched and I was mutilated and I was fucking betrayed by everybody that I loved right in front of me, and then I was called the psycho, right? Because I couldn't handle it, because my body couldn't handle it. Like, when you blame a child for the way they're acting instead of looking into that child's life and trying to figure out what happened to them, that's the thing, is like, parents, that's probably also why I'll never become a parent, because the karma that sits on you with a child, even if something happens to your child that you have no idea about, it doesn't even happen in the family, it happens outside of the family, you're in charge of that. You take the hit of that because that's your kid. Like, people don't realize they have kids way too young, and they don't realize the karma on it, and they don't realize what they're supposed to be doing. They don't realize how much protection they're supposed to be putting out there. They don't realize that the universe doesn't care that they have a boyfriend or a girlfriend anymore. Why? Because they have their baby in their fucking arms now. That takes full responsibility. Not, are you going to go out on Friday night, or are you going to go hook up with somebody behind your fucking baby daddy's back, right? Parents are so stupid in how they act, and that's why, like, if you're a parent and you act responsibly, then don't listen to this, clearly. But if you were raised by wolves and left on the street, then yeah, you might want to fucking listen to this, right? Because I was raised by wolves and then left on the fucking street, and then wondered why nobody fucking liked me. Well, because I was a monster to be around, because I had taken up characteristics of every single one of my parents instead of my own. I didn't know who I was. I only know who they were. I only knew who I was under their command. Like, they were a prison, and they were. Like, that's, you know, like, when you look back at it, there's nothing wrong with taking a bull by the horns and calling shit for shit. Like, there's nothing wrong with that, right? Why doll up a situation? Or why, pretty up a situation? Why take your childhood that was absolutely fucking miserable and brutal? Why put any sunshine in it at all? You might as well just keep it dark and fucking move on, right? You don't got to put some light on some shit just to make yourself feel better. You didn't do anything. No matter what, you didn't do anything. They did it. So don't sunshiny days, the hardest days of your life, because that's the only sympathy you're going to get, or because you want to be hard on yourself. Well, everybody goes through that. Well, let it go. It happened 30 years ago. People can let shit go that happened 30 years ago. If they could let it go, they would. But they can't. So, maybe it's because people are trying to change the outcome of things that happen, and you can't. You got to call a spade a spade. It is what it is, right? So whoever these people are, the tower's coming down. Anything and everything that they created all has to be replaced. So it just depends how that's going to happen. Is it going to happen as in the universe comes in and takes everything from them and then they have to start from scratch again? Or are they going to transition, die, everything gets sold, and then they wake up in a different place? How do we know? We don't. I don't know their fate. I have no idea. And depending on what they do and how they do it, will they be able to meet the world to complete this? I'm sure the world's got a few different ways that they can do it. It's just going to depend on what road they take each day, right? So I can't help but see the fact that this is somebody's wish come true. Literally, wish come true. This is like, I almost feel like they're putting the star in me right now. That I'm the light that's lighting this up to guide you. Whoa, I just got major goosebumps when I said that. Can you see that? No, not really, but whoa, all through my legs. Okay, one more card. Let's finish this reading off. Oh, I love when they come out like that. Whoa. I will chase cards around the room. Some readers get so upset when the cards go flying everywhere, and I'm like, I'll go anywhere and chase a card. Are you kidding? Them flying out of the deck is like bullets, like fireworks. I think it's when cards go flying like that, I find that to be creative, and I feel like that's the cards really talking. Put it that way. That's your cards talking, because they got a lot to say. And if you get angry when they go flying around like that, then they'll be like, well, how are we supposed to give you answers then? Because they have to do it their way. You can't control how you get an answer. Okay? Look at this. Dun, 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 dun. Say it. Okay? With strength. Wow. Strong opinions coming through, definitely. Endurance management. I kind of feel like I managed this reading here. Okay, I got us through it. I used the strength to muster the nerve to bring this out, okay? Because this is very strong. And I think the world is very strong opinion on these people. And once contracts are fulfilled and these people get their evaluations, and then the universe realizes that they've been lying for a very long time. Everybody gets evaluated. It just depends on when it happens and how many times in your life it happens and how many things you've done and how many angels are around and when they can get to you. It's like the court system. It still happens here. It's just not happening where you can see it. And sometimes it does happen right in fucking plain view, okay? Right in plain view. So, ooh, generosity and a holiday. Oh my gosh, look how cute this is. And then luck with fate. Oh, wow. Okay, so there's the Wheel of Fortune. Look at it. It's the crabs. Isn't that so cute? Oh my God. And then we got generosity, okay, with the Six of Pentacles. And then we have the Four of Cups with a holiday. Okay, so when you look at this from the side, you see luck, generosity, and a holiday. So that's that's all I'm really kind of concentrating on, because that's super cool. Like, this is something is really, it's like the fates have finally lined up to be able to take these parents out. That, oh, two birds just landed in the tree beside me. So opposite direction. So this is like, that was something I wouldn't have even caught that if I didn't look up right at that exact second. So this is definitely something that's being lined up for you. So I really hope that this makes all your dreams come true. This is a fucked up reading, and I love it. I love death. I embrace death. I embrace transition. I embrace change. I love it. So you're right there with me. Poof. Magic dragon. Okay, I gotta go. Later.